What's up, everybody? This is Tasteless bringing you a match of Stormgate here with PartinG in the top right and Probe here in the bottom left. If you like my casting content, do me a favor, just like and subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more content, whether it's guides, my own gameplay, other stuff on this channel. So help me play the YouTube game and get in that algorithm. It's appreciated. So immediately we have PartinG here. I assume he's going to be going for a conclave here in this current build of the game. I can't actually check what buildings are making. Unsurprisingly, Probe sends a dog out. He's going to be trying to hit these imps. It's probably the best, as far as I can tell, and obviously the game's pretty new, but this seems to be one of the best ways to just harass. The imps are way too high in number over here, and there's a chance it can surround the dog. So trying to get a kill on that first imp is pretty good. Surprisingly, PartinG actually holds this really nicely. He did a really good job and basically drove that out. It's going to be fast expand here for Probe. So recently there was a patch that came out that forced players to actually have this boost on the bobs before they go across the map and start to build that command post. And so that's what we're seeing here. It is a conclave build here. Got to be careful with the dog out because the conclave or the gaunt can be a little bit weak against the dog. I think that's one of the reasons why we see players make it here, is so that if there were multiple dogs coming, you can put the gaunt in between the buildings. Anyways, we've now got, I believe it's 4 bobs over here mining ore. We're going to continue to see both sides produce pretty heavily. It might be a little bit of a slow game at the start when you have two sides that are both going for fast expand. I'm interested in seeing if this is going to be a second conclave or a vault. I have seen some double conclave play. It's been a lot of fun to see how people try to figure out fast expand builds, what's the best way to do it. We've got the dog using the vision ability, getting a peek up to see exactly where this shrine is at. The shrine is about at 80% completion. So there's going to be a little bit of an income lead here for Vanguard, although it does just seem like Vanguard gets to take a base faster due to the very nature of the, the way that the faction functions. We've got our gaunts out here. Another thing I noticed just now is that PartinG held off on gaunts until he knew he had to absolutely make them. So basically, he got as many more imps out as possible before getting those gaunts. The vault is done. And so we're going to see, yeah, I assume it's going to be a brute coming out here. I guess it has to be a brute, actually. You can't get anything else yet. He's making a beeline with the gaunts. Now, I'm really interested in creeping patterns here, especially from the Infernals. This is a speed camp that has been reduced in numbers. There used to be additional goats here. There are not anymore. And PartinG is going to use these gaunts to kite these creeps. This little pink thing here, if you hit this flower, it makes a slow field. So it seems like that's one little technique you can use to basically reduce the strength of the creeps. On this side of the map, we see some creeping happening over here. So really, PartinG likes to hit several locations at once. There has not been any creeping yet here for Probe, but that's in part because he did a fast expand build. He doesn't have anything to creep with. Now he's going to come down here and hit this resource camp. Beautifully done. PartinG really quickly gobbling up all these additional creep locations on the map. The dog is going to continue to scout. Got to be careful. The Fiend did get a speed I don't want to say upgrade. It just is faster now, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for. Oh my god, that's such a quick Doombringer. Dude. What is he going to do? This is like the fastest drop ever. Oh, I'm totally changing how I understand this matchup right now. This is crazy. Whoa, and he just comes right in like that. Quickest Doombringer ever. Keep in mind, a couple gaunts. All you need to do is get a little bit of a chain reaction there on those bobs. And what's funny is he gets a lot of the units to go into that Doombringer due to the fiends he's skilled on the map. Now, it's a very quick Hornet here for Probe. He's going to do a lot of damage to this. This has to bring the Doombringer to the ground. With the shield, I think the Hornet actually wins his fight. This is a nasty interaction here. And now he's going to use the recall. Nicely done. For a second, I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, oh, did he just stop the unit? Back over here. Production continuing off of one barracks, and I actually can't remember what the name of this building that makes the flying units is. Sorry, guys. Starport or whatever. Back at home Infrastructure is going to be kicking in. We've got that third base headed right over here at 12 o'clock. PartinG, he's been really fast about just kind of creeping everywhere. I think these are the last creeps on the map, really. I guess this one's up here as well. And it's going to be a fast third base. It does seem like currently, in the way that we understand, these two, Vanguard versus Infernal, this matchup, it does seem like both sides can pretty rapidly grow. I have seen some games where there's like a Lancer push that Vanguard will try on the Infernal's third base, but we're just not going to have that here because the Hornets were made. So this base is going to fall. PartinG now focusing on trying to get more resources here. We've got 2 more conclaves here, so Gaunts are going to be in heavy production with just the bare minimum number of brutes. Just a little bit of a meat shield there to get in the way. Although I guess as I look at these armies now, there are no brutes in the mix. In fact, I think he actually split those all off and sent the Fiends on the map to scout. So I apologize, guys. It is actually no brutes in this game right now. The Hornets have been moving around. We did see them try to hit the imps that were over here. And we may even see like an elevator push come across the map where you can basically use these Gaunts to escort the Doombringer and then maybe try to hit a position like this. I'm not so sure. But we are seeing the Doombringer in with the army snaking across the map. Now, again, the Hornets are extremely powerful. Very easy to micro. It looks like this may be a poke into this area here. There's no base over here. It does seem about 50-50 where players want to expand. And here comes that push now. A couple brutes in the back coming up. Oh, and he's going to use those imps. Oh, it's like a timing bust. That's so sick. So he sends those out, breaks down the defensive structure, and with this position softened up, he's going to try to come in here. The thing is, I think Probe has maybe too many Hornets. Well, I say that, but now he's going to back up. Keep in mind, if these Gaunts get in range of these workers over here, they could start to snowball the damage. But I guess from the distance, the truth is the Gaunts can just kind of chip away over at this command post. The brutes get overextended, pulled into this fight. He's going to try to go for this structure. Can he actually get the kill over here? I believe he does have, I actually don't know the name of it, but it's like a stim upgrade here for the Gaunts. This is looking a lot more manageable here for Probe. Probe is trying to repair. Another kill comes down. Again, the infest on those Hornets is going to really do a lot of damage when those Fiends come out. But I'm just seeing these numbers really dry up over here. There's almost more Hornets than there are Gaunts here. One thing you can do when you have the Doombringer on the ground like this is you can shuffle and micro in and out of what's going to stay inside the Doombringer and then pop back out. A little bit of a micro trick there. Fourth base being taken just here on the far right. So PartinG has a little bit of an expo lead. Really impressive hold here from Probe. He does deflect that attack. Didn't really lose that many bobs, although I really like the idea of the timing push. When he has those 5 imps get ready to come in there and explode, it ends up wiping out the defensive structure. And, you know, it does seem like occasionally Vanguard is barely defending everything. So we've got the Hornets now roaming the map, getting any stray creeps they can find. I like the positioning of this Shroud Stone over here. I actually can't zoom in on the corner of the map. That's funny. Back at home here. Really, the mass Hornet play seems to be extremely good. It's so easy to kill all these creeps off right away. We do have some Shadow Flyers in the mix. And it's right now just, you know, tier 1. It's brutes, it's Gaunts. We haven't moved into Magmadons or anything of that level. Although it did seem like this was kind of a build order from PartinG that kind of peaks right when you get the exploding imps. It's like a timing push, so to speak. Let's not forget that PartinG did become the world champion off the Build the Soul train, which he did way better than anybody else. So PartinG's going to stay in the distance over here. We do have some Vulcans coming into the mix. I really like the placement, by the way, here of Probe's everything, honestly. Here we go. I'm sorry, did you guys hear the flame imp sound? Maybe it's the same sound effect for the Shadow Flyers, too. Maybe that's what's confusing me. The Hornets are going to come out here. Now, when you have this many Hornets, you can just kill off these towers. Keep in mind that, like, you can't repair as Infernal. So, like, you can just basically shut down a fight. You don't have any kind of sustainability like you have with Vanguard or Terran or anything that can allow you to recover like that. So he just wipes this base out entirely. He's going to go here for this Sky Tech and try to wipe this out. You can see PartinG kind of moving around the map, trying to figure out where exactly can he go in order to set up, you know, to get something done. But I think, frankly, everything is just too well defended here from Vanguard. Some Shadow Flyers are going to come out. They are branching off, and it does look like the Hornet count really got reduced. I might have missed the main interaction with that. Another attack is going to come in here. You got to be careful as Infernal. These are not fast units. You can be chased pretty easily. The Doombringer is starting to take some damage. It is shot down immediately. And PartinG is going to be losing a lot here as he has to retreat, just suffering loss after loss after loss, especially these Brutes are so slow. The Gaunts might be high enough in number to fight the Hornets, but I think they have to respect the fact the Vulcans are there and can do damage. Don't forget that the Vulcan can dive. So that's a real problem. I think these Bobs are going to come out and repair. No, maybe he's going to actually just boost out a command post over here. Already, we have PartinG coming and setting up shop over here on the map. He's mining up here in the top left. And we're getting into one of these games. We've had a couple of them already on this map where it just seems like all the bases are going to start getting taken. It's going to be a lot of tension here in the middle. All right, we've got another big roaming push coming down. I'm a little bit scared for PartinG being out on the map with us, but then when I look at what Vanguard has, maybe he's actually going to be all right. He's got to be careful. He's got to figure out an angle that's going to be doable to get close to these. Oh, and a big flank here from the Hornets. And I think it's still enough Gaunts to actually fight this off. We do have Weavers coming in, by the way. So I think what he wants to do is harpoon the Vulcan, pull it in, smash it, rinse and repeat. He could even actually push up over here as well. Keep in mind the Weaver does see onto the high ground. This base being taken over here to get... oh, hold on. Another push in. Is it an overextension? Probe decides to back off. Wiping these creeps out real quick over here. Keep in mind, when you have these Weavers especially on the map, they're so slow. I don't think there's anything slower than the Weaver in the game right now. So, you know, if you get cornered, you're going to lose all that tech. So when you're out on the map, you have to be 100% confident you can actually take a fight. The Gaunts are going to be able to drive back some of these Hornets, but maybe there's actually too many Hornets. If there's too many Hornets... He hasn't used those Shadow Flyers yet either, by the way. Oh, he's kind of overextended with one of those Gaunts. Doesn't get picked off. And PartinG's continue to push down here. We've got another attack coming in. Okay, we're starting to see some of these global abilities get used. He's going to be soaking up a lot of shields over here with that. And we're seeing him push in here. Another nice harpooning does get that Vulcan. Pulls that one all the way to the back. Another Vulcan's pulled in over here. The shield is used on the Vulcan. The shield is so busted. Oh, my God. Keeps it alive for a little bit longer. There's still a couple of Vulcans back here. It's Vulcan MedTech, late game comp here from Probe. And this is what I'm talking about. When you start to lose the fight, the Weavers just can't get out. Big connects here with the Shadow Flyers. But it just looks like this position here for PartinG is evaporating. And what looked like it could have been a climactic push, it's been totally shut down. Meanwhile, we have PartinG expanding over here onto his opponent's side of the map. And, I mean, he's pushing the rally point at this point in time. He's going to try to come back and fight a little bit, but this just isn't enough. Probe's going to come in here and smash this as well. Continuing to run. These Brutes are not going to stand a chance here. Really nice micro from Probe. He actually had to destroy... Oh, I thought he had to destroy one of his own buildings to open this position up. PartinG's pretty well turtled. You do have to respect those Infernal Towers. When you have that many, it can be unwise to try to push in if there's army covering it. But over here's pretty exposed. He's going to use these imps, turn them. Try to do a bit of a Baneling bust there on that, but it doesn't seem to be too effective. You know, I think the imps are good against like Exos, maybe Lancers, but when it comes to the Vulcans, it seems like the Vulcans are just too tanky. All right, I am hearing the sound of the imps being triggered. I don't see where they are. Now we've got it pushing over here. This push almost seems a little bit exploratory by Probe. Like he kind of wins a fight there and he goes, all right, where can I go next? Starting to wipe out all these buildings over here. He could actually just push into this infrastructure. This could be game ending, by the way. This is like everything that PartinG has, basically. Okay, we see, you know, it's a bit of a problem here trying to traffic your army through this position. Even though this does make for, you know, maybe an okay SimCity, you know, at an earlier part in the game, right now it just seems like an inconvenient spot to try to get, you know, traffic your brutes through and do any damage there. I'm starting to feel like if PartinG can't stop this game is just going to end. He's going to move in now. We see the buffs down here on all these Vanguard units. Another Vulcan is pulled in. But I just see just too much. There's more Vulcans coming in here with this group, probably rallied right over here. And in a game where, you know, like so many other games, we see the Infernal just lose all the expansions and get pushed. This one, it was kind of like a classic StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2 TVZ, where they just ended up pushing into a spot where all the infrastructure was and got a kill that way. And there you go. GG. PartinG taps out, and that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching that. Again, please be sure to like and subscribe. You can always join me on my Twitch stream where I cast these games live, and go to tastelessthreads.com where you can find my merch. Have a good one.